Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Side Splitters. My name is Lyle,
And my name is Andy.
and our goal tonight is to leave you in stitches. What is going on, my four-eyed friend?
Oh, settling into the fact that it is now the second month of the year, which where the hell does time go to put a stereotypical old man spin on it? Um, I demand that 2017 slow down. Um,
It's funny you say that because to me it feels like January took hella long to get through.
really?
Yeah, like I feel like I'm like, damn, it's only February. Like I feel like November and December just flew by, and then January got here and everything just came to a screeching halt. Like, oh, slow down. I don't know. For me, that's how it felt. Like I looked at the date today and seen it was February 1st. I'm like, it's only the 1st? We're
You
only
have,
now just getting into February?
yeah. Well, I mean, you have no idea. I fill out a lot of paperwork at my job, so like there are a ton of slips of paper at my job that started off with a one and then scratch that too. So used to writing January. I hate that when a new month transitions.
Yeah, I didn't
Oh,
work today, so I wouldn't know that.
oh yeah, because you had to be all food poisoned.
I don't know what happened. I was sick. I won't get into details because they can be kind of gruesome. But I will say this much: when I get sick, we still do a podcast. Imagine that. Moving on. Um,
Moving on, indeed. Um, Although it is that time of year that I generally hate. And I'll tell you why. So I'm gonna start you off on this little horror story. Okay,
all right.
there's me. Um, I am malnourished, and I am thinking to myself, a bachelor pad cabinet of nothing but top ramen noodles and rotten eggs is not going to get me anywhere. So and a half a gallon of spoiled milk. I cannot live off of that. So I have to eat. In order for me to eat, I have to go out to a place. I mean, come on, it's 2017. When are people going to bring me my food? But I digress.
Uh,
Um,
that
well,
exists.
delivery, but
Yeah,
I want groceries delivered.
you can get that too.
You can?
Yeah, Shoprite does it.
I don't have a ShopRite anywhere near here.
What do you have nearby?
Just an Acme.
Hmm. I don't know if Acme does it or not. I bet you they do.
Well, regardless. Um,
Shit,
so,
Amazon does it. You can get
oh
groceries
well,
from Amazon.
the one and only time I ordered a food item from Amazon, it never got here.
Really?
Never got here.
Wow.
They apologize. They want to give me a refund or order it again. I'm like, refund? Damn, I'm not ordering it again. I don't want to set myself up for a second heartbreak.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, so I decided that I need to have food. So I go to the supermarket, and lo and behold, a pleasant trip to the supermarket is then swiftly interrupted by the pitter patter of tiny salesmen that are trying to give me their goddamn malicious cookies. And of course, I speak of the Girl Scouts of America.
Of course you do.
Of course, I do, because those rodents,
Rodents. I can't tell if you dislike them or like them.
it's a love hate relationship. It
I see.
really is. Because I loathe them. I loathe them with every fiber of my being, but I love their products, and that sucks.
I mean, far be it for me to not point out the obvious here, but I'm going to do it anyway. They're drug dealers.
Yeah, no, that's exactly how I feel that they turn into, because I don't know what else Girl Scouts do. Because at first I thought, oh, they do everything the Boy Scouts do, only it's just us girls. Um, I don't buy that because I can't remember a single time where like Girl Scouts have like gone camping or have powwows or do any kind of outdoorsy stuff that doesn't involve baking. Like I think that first and foremost they are a cookie monopoly, and that is where the entire organization gets their money.
Well, I mean, when you have look, when you deal drugs, whether it's we'll leave marijuana out of this for reasons of argumentative points such as in Colorado they can't be doing business that well because it's legal there, right? But let's say a cocaine dealer. Okay, a cocaine dealer, a cocaine dealer, will sell cocaine to his customers, and he will get money in return. Do you think that guy has a job? No, he doesn't have no job. If he does, it's only so the government can stay off the radar. You can stay off the radar from the government or whatever. I mean, the Girl Scouts are kind of the same thing. If you have a product that is that demanding and, gets you that much of an income, why would you do anything else?
Yeah, and like, what does that actually teach little girls in the organization? Like in these Boy
How to
Scouts,
sell
like you learn
cocaine.
survival traits, huh?
It teaches them how to sell cocaine.
Yeah, like I mean, business, I guess, is what women learn in Girl Scouts, I suppose. Either that or like how to be like freaking persistent. And man, okay, I know a lot of people don't want to say no to a Girl Scout. Just like spend $4,
I,
buy cookies. It goes to a good cause. Bullshit does it go to a good cause. Because for the life of me, the only thing I think that Girl Scouts of America actually do with the money that they get from the cookie sale is to guarantee that they have a cookie empire built for the following year. Like, I don't know exactly what they do with the funds, but um, anyway, uh,
Here's the
you
thing.
know,
I'm going to stop you right there for a second. Nobody is buying these cookies because, oh, it's for a good cause. There's two reasons people are buying these cookies. Because they're Girl Scout cookies and everyone loves them, or because their friend or their niece or their daughter or whatever asked them to buy them.
yeah, they're guilted. It's either a guilty pleasure or just straight up guilt.
Well, I wouldn't even so much say it was a guilt thing, more along the lines of like, if you have a friend that has a daughter or a niece or something like that. Oh, by the way, so and so is buying Girl Scout cookies. If you want to buy some, you should. And naturally, people will be like, "Oh my God, Girl Scout cookies! I love those things. Yes, I'll buy them. I'll definitely buy them." Or people will be like, I don't need Girl Scout cookies, but I'll buy them because it'll help her out. So yeah, I'm cool with that. It's not really guilt. It's just a want to help.
What's your poison?
Girl Scout cookies?
Yes, what is your poison?
I'm not a fan of Girl Scout cookies.
Liar.
I don't like sweets. I mean, if I had,
Liar.
I'm usually a fan of like chocolate and peanut butter. Do they have one that's chocolate and peanut butter mixed together?
Two of them, actually.
Well, there you go. Pick one of those, and I don't know them by name. Like like some people go. So, look, I have no problem saying no to children. As a matter of fact, it excites me. Like I go and I see children, and they're just like, "Hey, can you support our car?" No, and then the look of disappointment in their face makes me happy inside. Like I just disappointed the shit out of that child because it wasn't just a, "Oh no, thank you, I can't afford it." It was an astounding look them directly in the eye and just say no. Stop asking me. And then there's a little bit of disappointment. There's a little bit of fear. Sometimes you get them to pee herself. It's great.
Well, I love the kids that grow up thinking that, oh, you can accomplish anything you put your mind to. It's like, oh, I'm going to sell this random stranger some cookies. Would you like some Thin Mints? No. Die in a ditch.
Great, man. I'm telling you. And then you know what I do? I go inside and I buy the Nestle Crunch bar that has like the Girl Scout Cookie of America flavor to it, and then I eat it right in front of them. I'd rather give my money to this overpriced corporation than you assholes.
Oh,
But it's no
oh,
different at Christmas time because Salvation Army comes around and they have the damn bell. I hate those things.
yeah, I can say no to a full-grown man in a Santa suit.
I can say
Like,
no to anyone.
okay, listen, I can say no to anyone as well. It's just the different type of tactic involved. Because using little children to sell your products is shisty and fucking wrong.
It's brilliant.
Um,
What it is.
yeah,
It's absolutely brilliant. I mean, it's successful, obviously.
obviously, like because they want to get the money. They want to get the money. Salvation Army is just like, hey, help your fellow man in need, and you can say no to an adult wearing a ridiculous outfit. You can. I mean, I guess if they tried to do it, like if Salvation Army replaced all Santa Clauses with at least a small cluster of orphans, um, they would be much more successful in their holiday runs.
You know
They
what?
really would.
You know what I'm gonna do from now on? When Halloween comes around,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put up every decoration I can think of. I'm gonna have a nice house and it's gonna be decorated, and every trick or treater out there is gonna be like, I want to go to his house. He's gotta have candy. Look at all those decorations. And I'm gonna have a whole bowl of candy, and I'm gonna open the door and I'm gonna start eating the candy right in front of them. They're gonna say trick or treat. I'm going to give like 3 of the kids candy, and I'm gonna look at the other one and just go, nope, you don't get any. Go away. Because the
Wow.
level of disappointment in his face or her face, I don't want to judge. I don't want to discriminate. Rather, I want to disappoint both boy and girl. I don't know why I only limit myself to Girl Scout cookie sellers. I should be disappointing kids left and right. There's all kind of ways I could do it.
uh, Honestly, you know what my method of handing out Halloween candy is,
You know, you're really opening my eyes here, Andy. I gotta tell you.
right?
Go ahead. What's your method of Halloween candy handing out?
Depending on how many kids come at the door in a group, like I love it if when they group up, and if there's like 5 of them, the best costume gets the candy. The rest get disappointment. Like try harder. I'll even point it out. Be like, you have the best costume. Here you go, full size Snickers bar. The rest of you, try harder.
You get apples
Yeah,
and a
you get a
toothbrush.
box of raisins.
A toothbrush. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, yeah. Damn those Girl Scouts. Just damn them.
I mean, it's tradition though at this point, you know.
Yeah, but when an entire organization relies on the children of slave drive or the tradition of slave driving children to sell processed baked goods, no, no, they got to do better. Like no wonder there's those girls that want to join Boy Scouts and get like the flack for it. Like, no, I want to join Boy Scouts because I actually want to do something with my life. And they're like, you have Girl Scouts. Like, no, they don't. Girl Scouts has them. They don't have Girl Scouts.
That is something I'd be curious to see though. What else do they actually do? Like, I'm sure they go on some sort of trip. Like, isn't that what the whole point of selling the cookies is for? Like, it's supposed to help them raise money to go somewhere.
I assume, but like I was in Scouts for a better part of my young life,
Girl
and
Scouts.
huh?
Girl Scouts.
Yeah, I sold cookies. Fuck you. I tucked it.
I tucked it.
And like the entire time that I was in scouting as a kid, I don't ever recall like there would be clashes with the female organization. You know, like we'd be parked outside of Walmart for a fundraiser, they'd be parked outside to sell cookies and be like, "What the fuck do you even do?" Like we need this money because we don't have any sleeping bags to go camping or like, all that other stuff. And they're like, we sell cookies. Like, no. Get your freckled face out of my lot, bitch. Just go peddle your Thin Mints somewhere else.
They just look at you and go, sleep with your camp master or scout master, whatever it's called.
Sleep in your bed. You have one of those. It's already free. Like, shut the fuck up. That's not the point.
But you know, speaking with tradition though, there's been a couple things that have been bothering me lately, Andy, and this might take a weird turn, but I'm going down it anyway. Um,
Did I ever stop you before?
there's a couple terms that have been used more commonly lately that has just been, I don't know why they're a thing, and I'm only going to point out two. I have a whole list, but I'm only going to point out two.
Okay.
I don't want this to turn into a tell 'em why you mad, son. That's a once a month thing.
All right. Well, next time's my turn anyway. So
Turn?
yeah.
We just gotta go. There's not really a turn thing.
Oh. Okay.
Whatever, we'll see. um, the term foodie, I don't understand it. I'm just gonna come right out and say it. I don't get it. I don't understand why it's a term. I hate it when people use it. I hate it even more when people use it to describe me.
I mean, I wasn't gonna point it out.
Can you tell me what a foodie is, Andy?
Um, as far as I know, it's a person that enjoys eating food.
Right. And can you tell me what food is for in our daily lives?
Oh, I use it because my goal is to one day become a human Play-Doh machine. So I try different food combinations to get like, the right consistency.
I don't expect I'm asking you that question. The point of food, we we use it for sustenance. We need it to survive. If we don't have food, we do not live.
Right?
If we have to do it anyway, why would you not go for the best tasting one?
Ooh, because you're in a third world country and cockroaches are more prevalent than rice.
Yeah, but I guarantee you, even in a third world country, they're like, oh, yay, we get the bigger cockroach this time. They're excited because they got a bigger one, or a juicier one, or whatever.
Oh, man, I
Like,
just
have
kind of
you
got.
ever seen The Lion King? The scene with Timon and Pumbaa where they're searching for bugs and they're showing Simba for the first time? And they go, the the squirrel. I don't know what the hell they were. I forget how to use it to describe it. But they pointed out specific bugs that they
Yeah,
like
the little
more than
Greenfield
others.
kind.
The little greenfield kind. Thank you. And they like those ones. You know.
Yeah.
Are they foodies? Are Timon and Pumbaa foodies? No, they're just creatures trying to survive, and God forbid they have a preference in how they do it. It is no different than picking out your preferred type of toilet paper. You have to wipe your ass. Well, why would you do it with cardboard? Why would you do it with sandpaper? No, you're gonna get the Angel Soft. You're gonna get Charmin.
Yeah, but there's a difference though. So like I wouldn't go to a restaurant and order like, a $70 meal because I wanted to have a good lunch. Like
But that's because you
honestly,
can't afford a $70 meal. I mean, if you couldn't afford Charmin, you wouldn't get Charmin. You would get, the knockoff that says, soft bath tissue.
see, okay, that example doesn't work on me because that's totally not true. I would spend the extra money on two-ply toilet paper, name brand, or I would die.
Does that
Like,
make you a wipey?
yes, two-ply or die. Like, I cannot stand wiping my butt with my fingers. Like, I just don't want to do that.
I mean, and I'm sure not everyone wants to go and have ramen noodles every day for the rest of their life. You know?
Yo,
No, not every day. Trust me.
not every day, but definitely more often than any sane human being should.
I can't eat ramen noodles anymore. I'll get into that in about, I don't know, 24 more episodes. Anyway, um,
One day.
so, uh, but my point being is you're not just going to eat crappy food every day. You're going to eventually want something with a little bit of flavor to it. You're going to want ice cream. You're going to want candy. You're going to want, you know, you're not going to always want ground beef. Eventually, you're going to want steak, even if it is chuck steak or butter steaks or something like that. It might not be prime rib. It might not be filet mignon, but you're going to want something. Does that make you a foodie?
Mm, I
You're
mean,
not spending $70 on a plate, no, but you might spend $20 on a plate.
okay, so I have a question.
Hmm.
So I will agree that you shouldn't segregate, you know, foodie from just a regular person because essentially they're doing the same damn thing. Um, but would you differentiate somebody that actually gets sexual pleasure from eating something good?
I feel like that one should be called like a foodophile.
Maybe.
I bet you there's a word for it. I know there's a word for it. I guarantee, like, it has to be a fetish. Like,
Yeah, no, it should. Um,
there's a fetish for having your balls stepped on with high heels. I'm sure eating is a fetish. The cringing look that
oh,
Andy is making right now.
oh God, that no. Oh, oh, why
It's
would
a
that be a
thing. I'm not
thing?
even joking. Yeah, don't ask me how I know. It just is.
Just don't ask me how. I just gloss right over that.
But I mean,
Um,
so I don't know, man. It drives me crazy, But we're gonna. I like to try to keep these episodes different, and I don't want to touch on food too much. And I know we're not really touching on food as much as we are just talking about the terms used for people eating.
hmm,
Um, but I want to get away from this before we delve too long. So the other term that has been driving me crazy, not so much a term. Yeah, it is a term. Vaping. Like
okay.
I get it. It's one who vapes. Why can't you just call that smoking?
I just thought that was somebody that smelled really bad, but apparently I was wrong.
I mean, I know it's not technically smoke. I know it's technically a vapor because it's liquid that has been, you know, the vapors from the liquid has been dried up and you're inhaling those. No, you don't. Well, I don't know if you're supposed to inhale them or not, but here's the thing. I literally watch people use these stupid ass devices and they will take a pull from it and immediately blow it out. And it's not just a little puff of smoke. No, it is an entire fucking cloud.
Yeah.
Why? Aside from drawing attention to yourself, why do you do this? Just smoke a goddamn cigarette.
The oral fixation.
Smoke a cigarette.
Yeah, but the cigarette you don't get that impressive cloud effect.
And you know what the worst part of it is? Some people will sit there and tell me, well, yeah, but they don't have Fruity Pebble flavored cigarettes. Eat a bowl of
Oh,
Fruity Pebbles.
that's right. They do have some ridiculous flavors for those.
Just eat a bowl of Fruity Pebbles. I promise you, you'll be a lot more happier. And don't give me that, well, I don't like Fruity Pebbles nonsense. Well, then why are you getting vapor that's flavored like Fruity Pebbles?
Although then, if they just eat the bowl of Fruity Pebbles in lieu of vaping, then they just get fatter, and then their lives are destroyed in a totally different manner. So can't win.
I can't win, Andy. That's what I'm learning about this whole thing.
You really can't, and that is 100% true. Although, I mean, have you tried vaping?
You know, I have not, and here's why I have not, because my wife is a smoker. She smokes cigarettes still. And she has for some time now. And, you know, she's at about a pack a day habit. So to see her pick up one of these vaping machines and take a draw from it, half of what normal people will draw from a vaping machine, and she is literally choking to the point that she has to take a couple seconds to get her breathing patterns correct again. That holds no appeal to me. I look at that and I go, I don't want anything to do with that. And I bet you I know the reason why. I bet you it's because she inhaled. Because she's used to inhaling from cigarettes. And I don't know why, but for some reason I feel like you're not supposed to inhale. I could be wrong. I don't really know shit about vaping. I know it looks dumb as hell. I can tell you that much. It looks dumb as hell. It sounds dumb as hell. Like, just smoke a goddamn cigarette. If you don't want to do it, then don't do it at all.
Yeah, and maybe it's just me being like an old man, because there are some things in life that make me feel like an old man for like criticizing or looking down on, but like the e-cigarette and vaping and everything like that, like I have the same feeling about that I did when the Kindle first came out. 'Cause I'm like, I am not ready to see a book become obsolete in my lifetime. I am not ready to see there be a gadget for smoking as opposed to just being a damn cigarette.
Fair enough. I never thought of it that way.
Like it's still like we try to over tech hmm, over technologize
Tech, tech,
technology.
tech, tech.
I didn't know how to finish it.
No, it's
Um,
it's it's nice to be on the other end of this spectrum for once.
we are technomancers. Like we just want to convert things to technology. Even stuff that doesn't make sense to convert to technology. We want there to be a piece of machinery with, a digital readout and apparatus for how to perform that function. And we're doing it with so many stupid things. Like, I saw the one. Okay, I will admit it looked neat for a brief second until I realized I would never be able to use the damn thing. But the 3D pens, have you seen those?
I have not.
Okay, so it's a pen that um like has like a plastic cartridge on the inside of it, and it
Okay.
kind of it kind of works like a hot glue gun where it heats up the plastic, it comes out the front, and you can draw in mid-air, and whatever you draw will stay solidified when it comes out of the pen, and you can make 3D pictures with it, and it's like oh, here's a 3D pen, and I'm like, no, just draw on a piece of paper.
I've never seen that before. I don't have to look into that.
It's weird. I mean, neat but weird. Like I don't know, man. Pencils are becoming obsolete in my lifetime, and I don't like that either. But too many things are being obsoleted, and the stuff that I feel that should be obsoleted isn't.
You know what is being obsoleted? Calculators.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Like, and I feel like the people that still use abacus and everything like that, still using abacus. I don't know how to pluralize abacus. Abacacy, abacusi,
Abakai.
abaci. Sorry,
Abakai.
abaci.
Sounds
People
like
that
a
still
fucking
use
Digimon.
people that still use abaci. I feel like they're sitting there going, "See, I told you," because now they don't have to buy a calculator. They never bought a calculator, and now they're still happy with their abacus. But it harkens back to a conversation I had with someone else before, where in high school and everything, for us at least, you would have the math teacher that says you can't use calculators because you're not always going to just carry around a calculator in your pocket. And now look.
Yeah. Um. Also, the weird thing that I found. Okay, for the life of me, I don't know why anybody needs a watch. I don't. They serve no purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have to laugh because for me, cell phones killed the need to have a watch.
Hmm.
And then they came out with a smartwatch that also does like it's a watch that also can perform some functions of a phone. But the reason why I stopped using a watch is because I had a phone. So why the fuck do I need a watch?
I think watches at this point are more of a fashion accessory than they are actually utility.
Weird.
That's the way I see it. I mean, there are some people that will make the argument, if you have a watch on, it completes any outfit for a man. Like if I don't know if you ever heard this or not before, but some people will make the argument like a well-dressed man is only so well-dressed, but if he puts a watch on, he instantly becomes that much better for some reason. Like it completes the outfit. People feel that's why watches are watches. I don't think
I
it was.
feel a Baldwin said that.
I don't really know, but I'm just I've heard it before, and I feel like that's the only reason they're still being used.
I mean, mayhaps. I mean, for for the life of me, I still think like physical media is starting to phase out, but it is what it is.
What do you mean by that? Like newspaper and magazine, what have you?
Okay, newspaper is definitely lingering around way too often. Like that should have died a
There
decade
is
ago.
there is like one more generation to get through, and the newspaper is gone.
Yeah, there's no need for that anymore. Same thing with magazines. There's no point to magazines anymore. Um,
No, shit, even Playboy is kind of like, you know what? We're not gonna do nude stuff anymore.
yeah, like
Like,
they were like, oh, we can't compete with the internet.
yeah,
We're done. Like,
I mean,
oh,
they're still a thing, and now they decided, instead of a magazine. Well, I don't know if they still have a magazine or not. I don't think they do, right?
I'm not sure.
Maybe they just got rid of the nude photos in the magazine. But I think now it's just like I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty sure it's like a website just targeted towards a specific demographic, like the same 20 to 40-year-old demographic of males. Like there's video game talk and like technology talk and sports and stuff like that.
Oh, so SpikeTV.com.
Yeah, sure.
Wow.
Uh,
Yeah, I can't even. I think the last time I visited Playboy's website was when I was like 16, 17.
I don't think I've ever visited Playboy's website.
And I used to do it every day.
This is coming from the same person that literally subscribes to certain people on Pornhub.
The CJ Miles is hot, and I don't care what anybody says.
Who?
CJ Miles?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Oh, look it up.
If I must. Entertain us in the meantime.
So, yeah, it's just I don't know. It's an overabundance of technology. I don't get it. I don't get the point behind it. I'm waiting for the day that we get so bogged down with it that like I really think. Okay, have you ever seen the movie I think it's called Surrogates?
I don't think so.
Okay, it had I believe Bruce Willis was in it. Um, it was a movie that took place in the not too distant future, for whatever year that is. And people never left their homes anymore. They had surrogates that did that. It was like a virtual reality controlled robot that went out in the world for you. And it solved all of these problems. There's no such thing as murder anymore because if somebody murders a surrogate, it's just destruction of property. So, since people didn't leave their homes, then there was no murder ever being committed. Or you had the people that would live their lives as however they wanted to live them. You had a man that felt like he was a woman. He had a woman robot. He just sent her out into the world and saw everything through her eyes and did things the way she did, and vice versa. And I honestly feel that while that is science fiction and ridiculous on screen, if that was an option that was available, too many people would be on that bandwagon,
I would.
right?
I
Like,
mean, for starters, like, I don't know. See, that brings up a hypothetical question. Is it safer to do that, or is it safer to just leave your own home? Because when you, I don't know, that gets into some weird territory right there.
right? Like, it's a decent movie. I liked it. Um, but it just made me feel like, wow, like the idea that I was comfortable with that made me scared for myself. Like, I don't want to be a shut-in. I don't want to feel like the idea that, oh, the only way they can really interact with the world is technology because physical interaction is just too many other negative emotions. Like, no, no, go outside and meet some people. Shake
Yeah.
hands with a neighbor. Pet their dog. Unless their dog is big, then don't pet it. It's probably going to eat you. But you do other things. Play with some kids. Oh no. Um, um, never
You
mind.
got me
The outside
mid-drink
world is
there.
the outside world is scary. Let me just stay inside.
Go buy some Girl Scout cookies. or even better, go up to a Girl Scout cookie vendor and just tell her no. You're not getting that kind of satisfaction at home. But one thing that we certainly can do from the comfort of our own home is watch sporting events. And what better week to talk about sporting events than this one? Super Bowl weekend is upon us, Andy.
Yeah, and this past weekend was Royal Rumble. Did you watch?
I did not. Are you going to watch Super Bowl?
I will not.
Okay. I did get updates. Unfortunately, due to unforeseeable events, me and Andy could not do a Royal Rumble, who's going to win theme kind of thing.
Right.
Not to mention, it's just kind of silly. I didn't like the idea that it's kind of hard to determine who's going to win a Royal Rumble. Excuse me, Royal Rumble. But regardless, the Super Bowl is upon us, and we are going to do the picks for that, like we said we would. And Andy, I am chomping at the bit here to find out. Could you please tell us who is going to win between the New England Patriots and the Atlanta Falcons? And hold on, before you begin, Andy, the entire future of Side Splitters depends on this very thing, because the audience, they don't want a simple yes or no answer. The Patriots are going to win. The Falcons are going to win. That's what we've been giving them for the past couple weeks. And I got to tell you, no one actually told me this, but I just kind of get the impression people are bored with that shit. And this is the last football game that we're going to be able to do, at least until September. And I don't even know if we're still going to, I don't even know if we're still going to have a podcast by then or not. Who knows? I'd like to say that we are, but who knows? Maybe for some reason we'll get to a weird future where we can't even leave our house anymore. But for the time being, please send them out with a good one. Could you tell me who is going to win between the New England Patriots and the Atlanta Falcons playing in Houston, Texas?
Oh, that's right, because there is no home field. It's
no home field advantage.
Oh, Houston, Texas. Okay, so
take me there. Bring me to that storyland.
So here is the issue with Patriots going up against Falcons, especially in a blasted landscape such as Houston, Texas. Patriots, right? So Patriots are coming off several different victories, and the problem with that is that at this point they are fatigued. And you might say, well, what about the Falcons? They had to get through that to get to this point too. It was like, you're right, but you're also stupid, because the Patriots are having a problem right now with, without getting too political, the country. Patriots are feeling less patriotic these days than they did at the start of the season. And that is going to affect them going into game, especially against an opponent as fearsome as the mighty Falcon. Because the Falcon, as you know, is a bird of prey. And if you show any sign of weakness, it is going to jump on that. That is what Falcons do. That is what Eagles do. That is sometimes what the Hawk does, but we don't really know what he does the rest of the time. So we kind of exclude the Hawk from the Falcon family. But regardless, the Falcons are bloodthirsty. They are a meat-eating bird that is not satiated with just the meager eyes. Oh no, Alfred Hitchcock would make you believe that the Falcon is all about going after eyes and other soft appendages. That's true for an appetizer, but these Falcons are hungry. They are competitive birds, and they will not stop until they go for the gold. So in order to do that, they have to go through our beleaguered Patriots. And unfortunate to say that if you already have a team that's kind of downtrodden, you are not going to get there in the landscape of the desert surrounding area of Houston, Texas. Kind of sprawling urban area, but hot, arid, dry. I mean, sorry for all the people in Texas, but depressing. It is a landscape of death and barrenness, and that's just going to offset the Patriot mood even more. So as much as I like to think that, they're going to be overcome the odds and be the heroes of their own story and what have you, it's just not going to happen for the Patriots. I think that the Falcons are going off on a good streak. They are hungry for that last win that they need. And if they can take down, Bears and whatever the hell a Brown is, I'm sure that Patriots will not be that big of an issue for them to overcome. So my predictions for the Super Bowl is that once the Patriots come in off their bus, and they will be driving a bus because, well, either that or just a large conga line of sports utility vehicles or Hummers. Never mind, Hummers. They will be in Hummers because, that is the patriotic thing to do. Emblazoned with eagles. Ooh, actually, that's something I didn't consider. Patriots might bring their own eagles to offset the birds of prey because they know that they're going into an area with falcons. No, because they wouldn't have time to train the eagles. Yeah, never mind. I thought they might have a pal around solution to train their own birds of prey, but sadly, I don't think they're going to be that prepared for this fight. Anyway, conga line of Hummers going to come into Houston, Texas, with the Patriots in tow, and they're going to be like, "Oh, let's win, I guess, if there's not going to be millions of women stopping us." And the Falcons are just going to be like, "Caw!" because they're fucking birds, but they're still going to build their nests in Houston, Texas, waiting for the Patriots to come in, and they are going to swoop in, talon out their eyeballs, deflate a regular pigskin or two, or something like that, and they're going to take home the gold. I honestly think that the Patriots are going to go into a white dropped minefield of bird of prey excrement, only to be, when they're worried about what's on their shoes, they look up into the sky and get a face full of talon, and it's just going to be the end of them. My pick is the Falcons for the Super Bowl.
That was beautiful. I just want to put that out there. That was beautiful.
I'm glad it sufficed.
I'd say so. I didn't listen to a goddamn word you said, but I'm sure it was great. While you were
sewn out for those, Jesus.
Why wouldn't I? Did you hear yourself? I don't even know why our listeners like it, but they do for some reason. So I wanted to make sure we sent them packing with a nice one.
There's one person in Tennessee laughing their ass off. Shut up.
Shout outs to Countdown to Geektown. So apparently there's, while you were going on about that spew, I was looking up much more important things like what the Vegas odds are. Well, not the Vegas odds, but if you would have put money on the Atlanta Falcons to win a Super Bowl from the beginning of the season, you would have won $4,000 for every $100 that you put a bet for. So it's 40-1 odds.
Wow.
The New England Patriots, 8-1 odds. You would have won $800 if you would have put $100. So, that just goes to show you right there at the beginning of the season, everyone was going, yeah, there's a much better chance the Patriots are going to win than the Falcons are. So that's saying something if you ask me.
You should have been looking up CJ Miles.
Anyway, we have a turtle that has made his prediction for the Super Bowl.
Oh, right, the various wildlife. Oh, I love hearing these stories.
Yeah,
okay.
The sea turtle picked, I think I forget its name already. I already got rid of it. But the sea turtle picked the Falcons. There's a pair of Florida manatees that made their picks. One picked the Falcons, the other one picked the Patriots. The one that picked the Falcons is on a 10-year winning streak, though.
Ooh, what about the octopus?
The octopus. Let's find out. Octopus.
Because that's the one that I kind of If I were to pick a Nostradamus of the animal kingdom, it is that damn octopus.
Hmm. He
Mm.
died.
Oh no! Oh, that is depressing.
Wait, this might not be the same one.
Oh, don't toy with my emotions like that, Lyle.
I think this. No, this was the one that picked the World Cup ones. Sorry,
Oh,
wrong football.
wrong octopus.
Okay. Uh, do you know the name of it? Like,
No, I have no clue.
uh,
Ooh, what does the Experimancer say?
oh God, that's a great question. Experimancer. Yeah, I'm not getting anything here for Experimancer.
Damn.
Hmm.
We
Wait,
should read our own asparagus.
wait. Nope, nope. Bear.
Stop toying with my emotions.
See, this is bullshit. Because the headline says Psychic who predicts the future using asparagus reveals her dot dot dot. I click on it and I get nothing.
Ah, clickbait.
Clickbait indeed. Speaking of, oh God, I think it might be too early to go into clickbait news here, Andy.
Really?
Yeah. Instead, I'd like to talk to you about chicken wings and chili because that is what is going down on Sunday.
Oh, right, because you do have a little Super Bowl shindig get together, right?
Oh, absolutely. I have off the next day at work and everything.
Wow. Wait, when is the Super Bowl?
Sunday.
Like this Sunday?
Yes, Andy, this Sunday.
Oh,
Did you not pay attention for the past 10 minutes?
I knew that there was a Super Bowl. I just didn't know when.
I said it was this weekend.
Oh no, I must have just tuned you out while you were going through your whole spiel.
Why would you do that?
For the same reason you tuned me out.
Yeah, but no. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to be making 2 pots of chili and 70 chicken wings.
Never seen a man eat so many chicken wings.
The flavors are as followed: Caribbean jerk, barbecue, uh, teriyaki, and sweet chili.
Ooh, teriyaki.
I don't like teriyaki. Of all the flavors, I'm not a fan of teriyaki. I'm making them for other people. That's what they wanted.
Freaking love teriyaki.
Yeah. I was gonna make buffalo, but I'm like, you know what? Buffalo's boring. I'm gonna go nuts. Make some other ones.
See, buffalo. I will agree that buffalo can be boring, but if you add, you can add other stuff to the buffalo to make it more exciting.
Yeah, but I didn't want to experiment on such a eventful night.
Actually, it's actually is a surprisingly good flavor combination.
What's that?
Uh, buffalo and lemon.
Really?
It's weird. Like it's got like a sour kick to it, but like by the time it cools off with a buffalo flavor, and it tastes delicious.
Hmm. Well, um, yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing Super Bowl Sunday. Eating chicken wings, eating chili, watching football. It's going to be awesome. I
I
for
on
what is
Sunday will be probably playing a video game.
you could come.
I mean, I could,
All
but I'm
right,
not.
all right, all right, man.
I
Free chicken wings and chili usually would get me come, but you know.
mean, don't get me wrong. I'll have to change pants, but I don't want to leave my house.
Yeah, you would have your robot do that.
Yeah,
Uh, so yeah, that's all we could. Let's talk about Florida a bit here. On
I
the
can do that.
news.
I can totally talk about Florida.
You know what? We're not going to talk about Florida right away. I like toying with your emotions today. Um,
Oh my god.
we're going to go elsewhere first. There are 2 Florida stories I have for clickbait news, but I'm going to go elsewhere first. Because the 2 Florida stories are great, and the first story I have fits in more with what we've been talking about. So, okay. Um, Andy, I want you to tell me what the four school children, uh, what did the four school children think was sherbet, but actually wasn't?
What did they think was sherbet, but actually wasn't?
Yeah,
Ooh, four children.
right.
Young children or like preteens?
Middle school, so like between 9 and 13 years old.
9 and 13 years old. All right, so they're at a pranking age. I would say that they thought that baby feces was sherbet.
You gotta be pretty fucking stupid if you think that.
I don't know, man. Like some of that baby diaper is filled with some Gerberlicious slop.
Dear Lord. Four school children took cocaine thinking it was sherbet.
Okay, now see, as dumb as it is to think that baby poop might be sherbet, it is super dumb to not know that a white powder isn't sherbet.
Yeah, we're gonna have to read this one to find out together. Four school children. Let's start over. Four school children have been taken to a hospital after they allegedly took cocaine thinking it was a sherbet fountain-like sweet. Police were called to Broadstone Middle School in Dorset, where students are alleged or are aged between 9 and 13 years, following reports that youngsters had taken the Class A drug on January 3rd. A 32-year-old man from Bournemouth was later arrested on suspicion of drug offenses. Drug offenses. God, I can't talk today. He has been released on police bail pending further inquiries. Police spokesman confirmed that all four children involved are pupils of the school who refused to reveal their ages or sexes. He said police were called after reports that four pupils had taken a white powder. The children believed the substance were sweets, but it has now been established it was cocaine. While it was not believed any of the children ingested the powder, they were taken to the hospital to be checked over. They were assessed to be in good health, and were discharged.
I like the first one better.
Assessed. I don't know where I came out of my mind with that one. The incident took place on the first day of the school term after the Christmas holiday. An investigation is underway to establish how the substance got into the school.
Oh man,
That's something.
how do you, how do you even like know that like where do they even get their hands on it, let alone be able to just eat it? Be like, oh, this is obviously not drugs. This is something sweet. You know, they like just find it laying on a table. Was it given to them by a teacher?
Well,
Did one of the students have it?
that's what the investigation is. Said that.
I'm trying to infer. I'm trying to use all that CSI knowledge that I watch on TV to try to see what on earth could have tricked four children into thinking they were eating sweets instead of cocaine. Infer with me.
Maybe sherbet is something different in like other countries, because I'm starting to think that this wasn't in America.
Yeah, I don't see how any of that lining up could happen in America. It's possible. Maybe they were Brits.
Yeah. Huh. I don't know, man, but it's funny enough to me. Reminded me of the you've ever seen the movie Jingle All the Way?
Yes.
The scene where he breaks into the elf operation and they're actually like, moving cocaine or something like that, was it?
Yeah.
Was it? I think it was cocaine. Yeah, it reminds me of that. Just little people with cocaine. I don't know. Let's move on to Florida.
Yeah, let's get out of obviously Europe.
Okay. Would you like to Would you like to hear about the Florida man that had a fun hat, or the Florida man that shot a cat?
Man, I could not shoot a cat. I would not, could not, in a hat. Um, Actually, I'm curious about the cat story.
Okay, why did the Florida man shoot the cat?
Okay, so several schools of thought on this.
I can't wait to reveal this answer. Go ahead.
Okay, so either the man mistook the cat for a burglar, um, and the irony of that is not lost on me, um, and shot the cat, or the cat was misbehaving, and that was his way of silencing it, or, I guess disciplining.
Oh,
Wow, I
come
can't
on,
talk either.
Andy. You have to do one, man.
What?
You have to do one guess. Why did you
Okay,
shoot the cat, Andy? Why did you shoot him? Was the
all right.
cat breaking into his house? Is that what you're saying? Burglar?
He shot the cat. Hold on. My true answer, from the bottom of my heart, that if I know Florida like I think I do, he shot the cat because the cat cheated on him.
You know, because it's Florida, I would say that that actually would make more sense than what actually happened.
Okay.
Florida man shot cat that, quote, looked at him like he owned the place.
Okay. I mean, I would have been closer with my second answer.
Orlando,
Um,
Orlando News 6 reports that a Florida man shot a cat that shat in his yard, telling officers it looked at him like he owned a place. The cat was paralyzed and had to be killed, reports Lauren Korn. It was just a poor judgment call, the man who decided to share his name, who declined to share his name, said of his decision to shoot. He said he didn't know it was someone's pet, but admitted to shooting cats before, never hitting one. It was not my intention to hurt the cat. All I wanted to do was get it out in front of my walkway, and stop pooping. For the flies and the smell is just horrendous, he said. The man said that he has several health issues and is on disability. He hopes to be only punished with a fine instead of a felony, fearing he might lose his income if charged. I'll be homeless, might be a death sentence for accidentally shooting some cat, he said. And
wow.
the ending line of this article is great. It says, "Isn't fantasizing about being the real victim the center square on Florida Man Bingo?" Kind of,
Yeah.
kind of
Wow, that is
want to
pretty
play
good.
that. It kind of makes me want to do that now. Just have like a bingo board for our listeners. That's funny.
I mean, okay, so I don't know how you're reading it, but I'm reading it as this guy's a hero.
Go on.
So you have this cat who obviously has no social graces, um, is pooping in this man's yard, and not only has the gall to eyeball him while he's doing it, because I always hate animals that look at you when they're going to the bathroom. Like that extends to everything.
Do you know
Like
why they look
dogs.
at you?
Huh?
Do you know why they look at you?
Yeah, because they're showing off, the bastards.
No, there's a reason behind it. Animals look at you when they're pooping because they look at you for any signals to warn them if a predator is coming. They know they're vulnerable, so they look at the person that they trust or the thing that they trust to signal them if something bad is about to happen, if a predator was coming, or if they need to be warned about something. So while you're sitting there, telling that animal not to look at you, they are literally choosing you as the sole heir of their trust.
Wow, it could not be any more misplaced.
Well, kind of like when a Girl Scout says, "Hey, you want to buy some cookies?" No.
like I do not need to be some sort of turd sentry for my dog. Like he needs to just deal with it and just go to the freaking bathroom. But I digress, because what if you sent the wrong signal? Like, to this day, I don't know anybody that's given them the right signal.
Yeah.
Like, if they're looking to be signaled for predators, like what what is that? Do I just be like, no, like Sparky, like wave your hands or, bark or tilt your head sideways like they always do?
I don't know, but it does kind of make you wonder, like, first of all, I don't know if this is 100% true or not at all. I've read it somewhere. I've actually read it several places, and it seemed right. But as far as I'm concerned, it just very well may not be true. But in the event it is true, you would think that evolution would take its course because a domesticated dog hasn't had to be weary of predators for some time. So you would think like they would have evolved out of that.
You would think. There's actually a lot of stuff that I'm afraid. Because, okay, while evolution may not be doing anything for the domestic dog, it certainly is doing something for the raccoon.
What?
Not to get off on a tangent here, but have you seen how big raccoons are getting lately?
No, man.
Okay, I can tell you from firsthand experience, those things are getting fucking huge, like baby bear huge.
Really?
Like big. I thought one was a fucking badger.
You thought a raccoon was a badger?
Yes.
All right.
Or at the very least, like a very large house cat that somehow waddled out of its pillow into my yard.
See, that would
But
make more sense. I've never actually seen a badger in real life.
Once or twice.
So when you say you thought it was a badger, I'm just like, that's what your immediate go-to was. It's a badger.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like, it's because like they primarily eat garbage. I mean, you know how many like steroids and other chemicals are in our processed food?
Right, right.
So like, I mean, they're getting smarter. They have tiny little opposable thumbs, which I don't care what anybody says, they're opposable. And they're getting larger. Like, I think that, and this could be a bold statement. I am certainly no Nostradamus. I am no Mayan calendar, and I am certainly no Asparamancer. But I think that, several million years from now, when mankind is dead and gone, the raccoon will take his place.
All right.
They're already familiar with our culture, our urban like layouts, our processes, I guess, and even how to domesticate other animals. Like they have that all down packed.
So you want to tell me more about this Florida cat that got shot?
Oh, right. So the cat is, obviously not looking at the man for signal cues. He is telling him, hey, look at this, pooping in your yard. I don't even care that you're on Social Security. I'm gonna poop in your yard.
Look,
and the man is like, huh? Well, yeah, because that's what cats do anyway. I mean, I don't know why he finds it so surprising that this cat was doing it. All cats fucking do it.
Right.
But yeah, and you can't. You have to teach cats a harsh lesson about that sort of thing. And he's an old man. He's on disability. He's not going to be able to catch the damn thing. So he's got to do the next best thing: shoot at it, not shoot it. Shoot at it. He didn't mean to hit it, but it just happened. I mean, these things happen. When was the last time you pointed a gun at something in utter defiance of what it done to you?
Define gun.
I guess a tool that fires a projectile that has the potential to be lethal.
Okay. Then in that case, every once in a while, I like to, while peeing, kind of like, white wall the toilet.
No, I don't.
White wall the toilet. If there's like a little brown smudging on there from the last person I went or something like that, I was like, oh, I have a job to do, and I kind of like play the role of fireman or house cleanser or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Come on, I act like you've never done it before. You just aim right for that brown smudging on the toilet, and you're like, I can take care of that. I don't need to clean that toilet. I'm gonna take care of that right now. And you just kind of wash it away.
Man, the best kind of power washing right there.
Right. I mean, it becomes a game.
It does become a game. That's the worst part.
See, I knew you did it. Everyone does it.
Yeah, but you don't get hair in your pee hole.
I do not, Andy.
Somebody's got to be lying to me on this because I can't be the only one. But continue.
Oh God. You know what's funny? If I have any pains down there now, I immediately think, oh, did I get my first hair in there? I just want to so badly relate to something with you. Relate with you on something. Like, just please let me talk to Andy about something that we have in common again.
Oh man, that's terrible. I truly hope that it is not a stray pube that brings us closer together. Because that would be a weird story to tell.
I mean, the podcast did pretty good. And then, on the podcast, we talked about stray pubes. So, in a
Fair.
sense, it already did. Let's move on to story number 3 before this gets even more out of hand. Okay, we're still staying in Florida here, as promised. 2 Florida.
Yay!
Um, I gotta be honest with you. I only picked this story because of the title, the headline. I have
Okay.
no idea what it's about.
Oh boy.
So I'm gonna
Oh
try to
boy.
I'm gonna try to pick apart this title and figure out a way, like take something out of it so you can guess it. Um, okay, so I told you he was wearing a funny hat. Uh, he has a mop on his head. It's a mop wearing Florida man. What was he looking for when he terrified an entire family?
His missing cat.
Very nice. This is why I picked this article, because the title is legitimately Mop Wearing Florida Man Looking for Eggs, quote, Terrified Entire Family.
Wow.
And it just seemed like a bunch of Florida-esque things jumbled into one article, and I'm like, I'm taking this. I don't even care what it's about.
Oh
So
my
here we
god.
are.
I have questions.
Well, we're about to learn together.
Okay.
And the first line is great. One Florida man proved Halloween is never out of season in Florida. Police say, oh God, his name, James Disney Fields. I shit you not, his middle name is Disney.
Wow.
58,
Okay.
58 of Port St. Lucie wore a mop on his head like a mask while banging on a neighbor's door on January 13th. According to a police report, when the neighbor opened the door, he saw the mop adorn Fields and couldn't understand him, so he closed and locked the door. Fields continued his knocking spree and added in some doorbell ringing with the end of the mop.
Wow.
Let's see here. The neighbor identified Field as the man who terrified his entire family, police said. When police found Fields and asked what was behind the incident, he reportedly told officers, "I was short of an egg and needed eggs to make a cake."
Okay.
Fields was arrested on a disturbing the peace charge. He remains in jail on a $9,000 total bond from the January 13th incident and charges from a previous unrelated incident. Yeah, there's really not much to that story, but I mean, can you fault me for picking that one?
My god, there's everything to go on with this story. So, hold on a second, because this man wore a mop on his head
Uh-huh.
and knocked on someone's door,
Mm-hmm.
albeit more often than a man should, and went to jail with a $9,000 bail.
Well, I see where you're getting at, and you're kind of right, but it seems like after he had, shut the door on him and locked the door, obviously saying, "I don't want your business right now, please go away." He continued his knocking spree and added in some doorbell ringing with the end of the mop. It almost seems like he was trying to. It's a disturbing the peace charge, and I mean that's what he was doing.
Yeah, for $9,000.
Well, yeah, that's a whole other thing.
I mean, I admit that the cost of things sometimes eludes me as to why it is priced the way it is priced. But I can assure you that disturbing the peace in any way that I would is definitely not $9,000 worth of
Well, no, no,
damages.
no, no. It's not just $9,000 for that. It says he remains in jail on a $9,000 total bond from the January 13th incident and charges from a previous unrelated incident. We don't know what that is. That could be something that was worth $8,500, and the disturbing the peace could have been just worth $500.
All right, that's a little bit more reasonable because like I'm like, yeah, there's no way that you could say that somebody like inconveniencing somebody by knocking on the door. It's like, yeah, they were a little scared, but come on, like the guy wasn't breaking a window or anything like that. He was just knocking on the damn door.
Yeah, that's a good point, but yeah, it's we don't know what the other charge is. It could be, it could be mop theft.
I mean, were any of the assholes that were doing the creepy clown thing arrested and charged for disturbing the peace?
I can't answer that. I would have to imagine at least one of them were.
That's what I'm saying. At least one of them had to have had that happen.
Hmm.
Um, I can't imagine what the price would have been, but I can assure you that it probably wasn't $9,000.
Yeah, I mean, here's my thinking on it. Maybe Florida should charge $9,000 for disturbing the peace because it seems like disturbing the peace is something that happens frequently in Florida.
How
So
does
if they
anybody have peace in that state?
so if they put a price tag on it like $9,000, maybe people would be like, maybe we shouldn't do this anymore.
So it's just being used as a deterrent.
I mean, makes sense to me.
I could see that. Now that you put it in that kind of perspective, I could totally see that.
And
But
Florida has to make money somehow. It's not like they have any kind of big tourist destination or anything.
uh, I, honestly,
Homeboy's
I would out
middle
weird the
name,
guy.
Homeboy's middle name is Disney. I still can't believe that.
That is weird too. He's 58.
Yeah. You want to see a picture of him?
Oh, do I? Of
I got pictures of all these people.
course you do.
Here he is.
Weird.
It is, but it almost looks like someone that just wanted an egg to finish baking his cake.
He looks like a man that does not bake cakes.
Well, yeah, but he also looks like a man that tried baking a cake and was short an egg because he's not used to baking cakes. Just wanted to try to, go on. That's the cocaine one. Here's a gentleman that shot the cat.
Ugh. Oh, wow. He looks like a depressed teapot.
He looks like he looks like what happened to Walter White after Breaking Bad. Like
I mean,
started growing his hair back and he's doing better, but he's still, affected by the incidents.
okay, you ever watch Hey Arnold?
I did.
All right, so the tall hillbilly kid with the pointy nose.
Yes.
Okay, he looks like somebody wearing that kid's face as a mask.
Okay. Magical. That's enough of that. Well, good sir, I believe it has come to the point in the episode where we have to stake our claim in naming it.
Ooh.
Now, I have a few.
Okay.
I have Long Live the Raccoons,
Okay.
and I have Two Ply or Die.
Oh man, it's got to be two ply or die.
You like that one?
I do like that one actually. Two ply or die.
I heard you say that, and I was like, oh, I am so writing that down. And I like it because it's much earlier in the episode as opposed to how we usually do it.
Oh yeah, it's usually like the last thing we talk about. It's just like, oh come on, we had other talking points.
Yeah, we can never remember them though. um,
How that is.
so that's this week's episode. Is there anything else you want to touch on before we send them off into the evening with good thoughts and happy memories of cats being shot and Girl Scouts being turned down?
Yeah, please stay tuned for the week that we do the Valentine's episode because that is why I will tell you that I'm mad.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that we should do Tell 'em Why You're Mad on the week of Valentine's Day?
Oh yeah, and for the most part, I want to implore people that while you did survive not killing yourself through the holidays, just hang in there for one more. Put down the razor blades and turn on the computer and listen to a couple yucks. I guarantee you won't be disappointed.
Yeah, man. You know what? That's a good point. Listen to us so you don't kill yourself. Hopefully that works.
That's my public service announcement for the day.
There you go. Now, did you want to do? We're gonna discuss this live on this episode. Did you want to do the Valentine's Day episode next week or the following week? Because next week we would record either on the 7th or the 8th, and the episode would be released on the 9th. But then the week of Valentine's Day, we would record on the 14th, which is Valentine's Day, or the 15th, and the episode would be released on the 16th.
Next week. I feel that this is a good enough message to put out there before the actual Valentine's Day.
Okay, so you want people to understand this before it comes around.
Yes.
I have no idea what he's talking about, people. I'm just trying to go along with whatever kind of psychotic things he's got going on here. Andy's crazy.
Machinations, man. Machinations.
And we're still working on a possible new segment. We might be doing a YouTube channel and all that. I think we've discussed that before, haven't we?
Yes, we did. We did discuss that. Didn't really get very far into it, but we discussed it.
Tell you what, should we do this? How about we do this? Everyone here probably have already listened to the Christmas episode, and by listening to the Christmas episode, no doubt you listened to the Christmas play. So me and Andy would like to know how many of you would like another radio play. It wouldn't be Christmas again, obviously. We've discussed it a little bit. We want to do another one. We'll get into more details later, but if you think it's a good idea and you think we should do it, let us know somehow. We have Facebook, which everyone is more than welcome to talk to us on.
Exactly.
We have a Discord channel. Not that anyone ever uses it, but oh god.
I guarantee you more than one person is like, what the fuck is Discord?
Yeah, the Discord idea was so good, and it just fell to the wayside. Discord is a way that you can communicate with people. Just message us on Facebook. That'd be great. Comment on this episode or whatever. So there you go. Let us know if you want to hear another radio play. That's pretty much it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good to feel loved.
That's all we'll reveal for now. I mean, there's reasons behind it and everything like that, which we'll get into more if if the time allows it and if the necessity comes to fruition. There we are. But that will do it for this week's. Oh, did you notice I started numbering the episodes on the website?
I did, and that's convenient for everybody because they know at what point during the series they're jumping in on.
Yeah, I actually was questioned about that by a few new listeners. One in particular was like, "Hey, where do I start?" And I just told her, start from the beginning. Well, where is that? And I thought about it, and I was like, well, it doesn't really matter because we don't really have anything that you need to keep up on. Like, there's no chronological order for us to do things on because there's nothing that you're missing out on if you listen to a future episode as opposed to a past episode. You're not spoiling anything. But then I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? We do kind of do callbacks from time to time. And,
From time to time.
Yeah, it's not fair if like people don't understand it because my laziness. So I was like, yeah, I'll number them. So I did. It's there. They're all numbered. We also had episode 7, 6, and 5 up on the newest website.
I can't wait till we get 3 uploaded. I want to listen to that one again.
Yeah, 3 is definitely our first big episode with big meaning a lot of people liked it for some reason. It's still a favorite of many of the old school Side Splitter fans. So yeah, look out for that. That's coming probably at the end of this month. We'll get 3 up there. We'll see. I don't know yet. Yeah, there's 4 Thursdays in this month, so there's a possibility we can get 3 up there this month. But anyway, that's enough for that. That will do it for this week's edition of the Side Splitters, episode number 26, titled 2 Ply or Die. My name is Lyle. My name is Lyle.
And I am always Andy.
We will see you next week.
Bye, people.